You think they forgot you, right? Like everything you had, every moment, every conversation just disappeared from their mind like it meant nothing at all. Like you were just another phase, something temporary, something easy to replace. But let me tell you something most people don't understand. People don't forget that easily. They don't just erase memories, especially the ones that made them feel something real. They just get distracted. Distracted by life, by other people, by noise, by their own ego. And in that distraction, it looks like they moved on, like they don't care anymore. But the truth is, they didn't forget you. They just haven't felt your absence yet. They haven't reached that moment where silence becomes loud, where your presence suddenly feels missing. And trust me, that moment is coming. Because people don't realize your value when you're always there. They don't notice the effort, the care, the attention, the consistency, because it becomes normal to them. You replying fast becomes expected. You being there becomes guaranteed. You caring becomes something they stop appreciating. And slowly, you go from being special to being predictable. And that's where the problem starts. Because once something feels guaranteed, people stop respecting it. But the second you're gone, everything changes. Suddenly, they notice the silence. They notice the space you left. They notice the small things you used to do that no one else is doing anymore. And that's when reality hits. Not softly, not gently, but hard. In quiet moments, when they're alone, when there's nothing distracting them anymore, that's when your absence becomes real and impossible to ignore. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. 7 things that don't just make people miss you, but make them regret losing you deeply. Because missing you is one thing, but regret is something they carry with them for a long time. Number 1, and this one hits harder than you think. You moved on. Not fake moving on, not posting stories to prove something, not pretending to be okay, but truly moved on. You stopped chasing, stopped texting first, stopped trying to fix something that was already broken. And that's not easy. Because part of you wanted to stay. Part of you wanted to fight, to try again, to hold on just a little longer. But you didn't. You chose yourself. And that is rare. Because most people don't walk away. They chase, they beg, they try to fix things that were never meant to be fixed. They lose themselves trying to keep someone else. But you didn't. And that alone makes you different. Because when you walk away with dignity, without noise, without drama, you leave behind something powerful. Something they don't understand at first, but they feel it later. And the moment they realize you're not coming back, that's when it hits them. Not lightly, not for a second, but deeply. Because now, there's nothing they can do to fix it. Number 2, and this one is dangerous. You stopped caring. Not slowly, not partially, but completely. You stopped checking your phone, stopped waiting for their message, stopped wondering what they're doing or who they're with. And that shift, that quiet emotional detachment, it doesn't look loud, but it changes everything. Because attention, once it's gone, becomes something people suddenly crave. And they don't realize its value until they can't get it anymore. And now, they start thinking about you more than before. Not because you tried, but because you stopped trying completely. And that silence, that absence, it starts messing with their mind. They replay memories. They remember conversations. They start asking questions. Questions they never asked before. And slowly, that curiosity turns into regret. Number 3, and this one hurts their ego the most. You leveled up, while they stayed the same. While they were distracted, wasting time, staying comfortable, you were working on yourself, growing, improving, becoming stronger mentally, emotionally, not loudly, not for attention, but quietly, consistently, day after day. And now, When they look at you, they don't just see you, they see what you've become. And more importantly, they see what they lost. And that realization, that feeling that they had you and let you go, that feeling stays. It doesn't fade, it grows. And slowly, it turns into regret they can't escape. Number 4, and this one is powerful in silence. You disappeared. No messages, no reactions, no presence, nothing. It's like you vanished without leaving a trace, and that silence becomes louder than anything you could ever say. Because now, they're alone with their thoughts. No distraction, no noise, no escape. And when there's nothing to distract them, your memory comes back. Stronger, clearer, harder to ignore. And slowly, those memories turn into something heavier. They turn into regret. The kind that grows every single day. Number 5, and this one flips everything. You became unavailable. Not temporarily, but completely. You're not there anymore, not replying, not giving the same energy. And suddenly, they feel the shift. They go from being comfortable to trying to reach you, trying to get your attention, trying to get you back. The roles reverse, without you forcing it, without you chasing. And that's what makes it powerful, because it's real. And losing access to you hits differently, because now they can't just come back whenever they want. Number 6, you stayed calm. No emotional reaction, no anger, no drama, just calm. And that confuses people, because calmness is something they can't fight. They can't manipulate it. They can't control it. And slowly, that calmness turns into respect. And that respect turns into regret. Number 7, you changed your energy. You're not the same person anymore. Your presence feels different, stronger, calmer, more confident. You don't chase attention. You don't seek validation. You just exist. And that alone makes you powerful. And now they see it clearly. But they can't reach it anymore. And that's when it hits them. They didn't just lose you. They lost the version of you that they will never, ever get back again. And that's what regret really feels like.